When they sweat the technique.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Week 7 of Madden NFL 19, taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. So, I haven't been commentating through this whole series. We're 6 weeks in, we're 6-0. But I wanted to just chime in and kind of give an update on where we are with things. So, I did a little update to the team because in real life, trying to keep this as real life as possible, Baker Mayfield has been named as the starter. So I put Tyrod Taylor as his backup and Baker starting. I also traded away Josh Gordon to the New England Patriots for a 2019 fifth round pick, which is exactly what happened in real life. There was a conditional pick also involved, but I don't have the option to do that in here. And then as far as the team itself goes, Zane Gonzalez, our kicker, was actually cut by the Browns last week, I think it was. The kicker that they signed, I think his name is Greg Joseph, is not actually available. He was an undrafted rookie, so he's not available for me to sign as a free agent. Because these free agents are only players that have been signed. So we're going to have to keep Gonzalez for right now. Interestingly enough, if you go to the actual main game and go to exhibition, it does have Greg Joseph. So I don't know, maybe they'll make him available in here, but as of right now, he's not. And then I wanted to go over, well, here's our season so far. Here's what we've done so far. Other than the Saints game and the Jets game, these are pretty much blowouts. So what I'm going to do from here going forward is I'm going to switch it over to Pro, Madden Pro, and we'll play on Madden Pro. So don't expect all wins, but that's okay. We're not trying to go undefeated. We're just trying to get to the Super Bowl. And as of right now, we'll look at the standings. This is for the entire NFL. So we're first in the entire NFL above the Cowboys by a game. And then if we go to AFC, of course, first in AFC. And then we want AFC North. So we're 3 games above the Ravens and Steelers. This week we play the Buccaneers. Week 8 we play the Steelers. So that'll be a divisional game for us. And as of right now, it looks like we're not actually leading the NFL in points scored. No, Falcons have scored more than us. There's some teams that have scored more than us or close to us. So the reason I'm switching to Pro is not because we're having a problem scoring. It's because we're scoring way too easily, and our defense is just way too dominant. So if you look at the points for, you know, we're scoring as much as most of the other teams, but our points against is only 37. We're just demolishing it. So I wanted to switch to Pro, make it more realistic. And I think that's about it. We can go into the stats and everything. Maybe I'll do that towards the end of the season. But I just wanted to give an update on the roster and on our standings so far. So our starting receivers are going to be Landry and Callaway. We've still got Hyde, and so far they've still got, this is the order that they still have in real life. So Duke Johnson hasn't been doing a whole lot. You know, if they maybe bump him back behind Nick Chubb, then I'll do that. But Duke Johnson's more of a pass receiving back. Yeah, and Njoku is our tight end, and that's about it. So here we are. We're playing the Buccaneers at 2-3. They must have already had their bye week, so they're 2-3. We're 6-0. We're playing in Tampa, and I'll go ahead and play this game just like I've been playing the rest, and I'll probably chime back in a couple weeks and give another update. Till then, deuces.
Hide and go seek. It's a coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, running back Carlos Hyde, fresh off a strong performance a week ago, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's head over to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Carlos Hyde, the former 49er, his first carry. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Throwing, Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Noah Spence in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Here's Jackson. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The play fake to Sims. Now Winston. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Jameis to throw it. Looking deep downfield. It got his man complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwan. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now Sims. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here's Winston. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. They'll run here with Sims. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Sims. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Second down, Mayfield. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments would the offense make to try to defeat you?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So a minute 56 to play in this first half, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Bucs now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing. Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun. Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle, it's Fells. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6.
Well, you would think that if you threw 119 touchdown passes in your time at Oklahoma, another one might be routine, but not when it's your first one in the NFL. Welcome to the league, Baker Mayfield. And look out, NFL defenses.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. On the return, this is Jaquiz Rogers. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a...
He's got him in, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play for the Bucs there on third down. 45 yards. Now, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now they run with Sims. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Winston. A dump off to Sims. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. And that only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's caught by Mike Evans. Give him 30 yards there.
Are we really in the second half here? And this is the first time we've seen Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans?
Yeah, you know that they missed that in the first half up until this point. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. A first down throw for Winston. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup of 6 there on first down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Mayfield. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The completion good for... Only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So a challenge is upon us. That's how you...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, Winston. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 15 yards through the air and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sims. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Over the middle to Evans. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Here's Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Winston to throw. Complete. He finds Brady. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Now Winston. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for the Browns, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Oh, life ain't a ding-dong. If I could take you up and boom, 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 boom,